Welcome back everyone to Hearts of Iron 4. And yeah, I don't think you need to know what is going on right now. You remember, do you? Still a little bit of a stalemate in some areas. Alright, you're moving in. Should probably do that and that actually. Expand the horizons of the front line. See if we can take Charleston. Well, we did take the port though. That's pretty good. Just, right, get across. Or, yeah, should do this. Because I think this is going to make him retreat towards here, which is going to cut him off. There we go, we get the other port here. And so, now we have a pretty good little base of operations to move from. Alright, what is the... okay. I was going to say, what is the surrender score looking like? Pretty okay. And alright, seems like their cavalry has moved up a little bit too far. So let's take them into the rear. And they're gone. That was quicker than expected. That was definitely quicker. Take all states. We cannot do that yet. That is because of the PSA. Please PSA. Okay, so PSA doesn't get anything, and we win. Alright, now we are free to have all the attention on the Mexicans, which is what we've been waiting for this entire time. Alright, so we have a few more units right now, ready to join the party. That is 24, and that is more 24. So what we're going to do is we are going to do this. And then these 24 are going to join up and push for Mexico City. Then my Marines are going to get behind them. Of course, plenty of ports to depart from. That helps. That helps in getting a good naval invasion going. Go there. And then the 8th Marine Division can depart from New Orleans and head for Veracruz. If we're lucky, we're going to have a very, very nice little opening. You go to there. The cruisers come and help out with the shore bombardments. Where is my battleship fleet? It's over here. Okay. So you're going to be coming in and helping out with that. And I perhaps think that we should detach some more guys. Like, I think that I don't need all the battleships to get to the maximum shore bombardment. I still don't know how that works, though. This is 10 shore bombard. Is the maximum 100? No, that would mean 70. Let's try to detach 3 and see if that still works. You're going to get tier, and the cruiser fleet over here is going to, well, not do this, but do this. All right, the convoy rating, yeah, they're already fine. Okay, so now we are ready to make our counteroffensive against Mexico. We should probably use our remaining army XP. How can we do that? Well, we can get some good divisions for one. National Guard don't need to be National Guard, but we'll take a look at that later. What we first are going to do is create a 40 width infantry. We're gonna call that like heavy division or something. And they're gonna have everything. Or maybe you don't need signal company in this kind of a division. So probably get that out of the way. Get this, get that, and get that. All those are fine. And get 14-4. Pretty strong. Artillery, artillery, artillery. artillery. There we are. That's 40 whiff. Of course, I don't actually have any divisions in this way, but we are going to switch to that one day. Marines are already the way we want them to be, but perhaps I wouldn't mind recon. Field hospitals. Do we have enough motorized for that? Yes, we do. We also have enough support equipment. That's good. Maintenance company, signals company. Do we need any of these? Maybe maintenance. It's not that expensive, and it's going to increase our reliability. That should work. Alright. My Marine divisions aren't going to like that, unfortunately. They're all going to get to green, which is very annoying. We're in Central America. War has erupted in Central America between the godless syndicalists in Central America and the UPCA. Many in our government are suggesting that we send both men and supplies to the United Provinces in order to stop the spread of syndicalism. Guns and men to stop syndicalism. That would be 1,000 infantry equipment and 5,000 men. Can we afford the infantry equipment? I do not know. They can handle things on their own. Well, they look to be losing, but the actual force count seems to be relatively simple. Like, it's 19 to 19. They actually have a... I didn't know that they had a focus tree. That's pretty fun. Anyway, yeah, let's send guns and men to stop syndicalism and the end of the Civil War. Under the brilliant leadership of General MacArthur, the United States has reigned supreme. The elements that once threatened this great nation have been vanquished, and those who have contributed to the evils will be punished. The future is bright. So that removes American Civil War and moves capital to Maryland? What? Oh, Washington. Never mind. That is in case you lost it or something like that. Or if you're the CSA, you're in Chicago or something, I don't know, whatever. So that unlocks national rehabilitation, and later on it will unlock reconstructing America. Yes, it has already done that, so that's something that we're going to take a look into relatively soon. We also have air experience, so, well, production, right? Aircraft. Don't really have any, like, modern aircraft to modify in any way. I could modify the Flying Fortress, though. How much range does this thing already have? Well, it can get quite a bit of range. 3,750 kilometers as opposed to 2,500. And of course, I'd have to increase reliability to counteract that. And then I cannot do anything. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty good. Because that if there's one plane that I'm going to use, I guess it would be that, like, in its basic form. I don't think I will need really to upgrade my strategic bombers, but if I'm ever going to need some strats, yeah, that's going to work out. Alright, now that we're only facing Mexico, we can also move our almost inexistent at this point Air Force to the southwest. For some reason, there's these two air wings. Let's remove them from the equation. The end of the American Civil War. Yes. Alright. Now we can really put the hurt on Mexico. Alright, our Marine divisions are almost ready. There still is a Mexican fleet. They still have their battle cruiser, but it can't really do anything. Let's activate the naval invasion, as that's going to be relatively important. Where's my... Are my battleships there? No. What happened to my battleships? Did they get intercepted or something? Where are my battleships? Should be a free group. Why are you there? You're repairing. Oh well, don't care. Let's get the DD along with you. Just, you know, just because it's there. It can be there. Alright. And, okay, so there goes the cavalry unit. Probably just retreated away. And, ooh, civil war in Ukraine. Ha, right bank Ukraine versus left bank Ukraine, seems like. And the Communist France is still winning. Still winning relatively hard. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like Europe is in for a little bit of syndicalism. And the Berfia Commune. is winning against the Dominion of India. That's not something that you see every day. Definitely that totalism coming into play. Right, Southern America is just the usual mess. This is weird, though. The Peruvian United Realm is pretty funny. All right, Ecuador, nothing really weird there. All right, so Mexico. Let's get back to that. Our main enemy. All right, attack there, attack there, attack there. Take him out. Attack here. Just try to get as much territory captured as possible. Good. Get the Marines. Actually, the Marines are in a river. That's relatively useful. Can they cross the river? What the heck? How come the combat width didn't allow the Marines in? That's so weird. Oh well. Now that the Marines are fighting, of course, we're getting across. And what about the naval invasions? Well, Veracruz is a little annoying. Minus 25% for shore bombardment. Is this one? Oh well, cannot see it even because we have already captured this place. All right, let's use these 2 Marine divisions to soften that all up. You stay here, protect that port, and you come around and get some attacks going. There we are. There's a couple of states over here that we can capture, and now, well, it seems like Veracruz is not going to be captured, which is very annoying. Let's see if we can get in here and help out with my actual Marines on land. I feel like that would be a good idea. If we can get here in time and attack there, we might be able to get that naval invasion back on track. There we are. Review the American military. Let's take the national rehabilitation. Now that we are at war with Mexico and no other American is in danger, we can really think about that. All right, attack there, attack there. Let's try to get... Southern states are reintegrated. The end of the Civil War has left the South in ruins, and the rebuilding it would be a difficult process for the administration. The first step was to bring the former America's first states back into the Union. So we lose claims. We re-embrace the South. Oh, it's the American Union state that loses the claims. These are cores, actually, that we have, so we don't actually need to reintegrate them into the Union. They're already us versus them. All right, we have gotten across. Let's take Dallas with my Marines. And once we take Dallas and this province over here, we're gonna have these 2 surrounded. Attack the cavalry, help out with the infantry, get the cavalry in as well. Let's take the swamps. All right. Please hold up these guys with just a couple of men. That should be enough to... Oh, they're losing really hard. Okay, when are you going to get there? Relatively quickly. And the former CSA territories also are reintegrated back into the Union. So there goes the CSA claims, and there goes the Mexican divisions. Gone and gone. And there goes Bhutan and Tibet as well. Looks like the MPA is expanding relatively quickly. That's something I usually don't see. Anyway, well done by Yunnan. At this point, though... Okay, so... Yeah, we're trying to attack Veracruz. So come in here. At this point, let's wait until all these guys are ready and in position, and then we're going to launch our offensives. But up here, we're going to launch offensives regardless of that. There we are. First of all, let's get some orders in that we know are good. Take Houston back. liberate that from the Mexicans, the evil Mexicans. Alright, advance into there. Get there. You get there. And that. There we are. And we're gonna let the AI handle the rest of that. And once Mexico is done, we're gonna have to deal with the PSA. I wonder what they're gonna think about this all. Clarence D. Martin with your Hitler stash. What do you think of all of this? I don't know. Well, I know what I think. If you don't submit, I'll strategic bomb you. Because, oh, Central America joins in against us. Really now? Well, that's relatively unexpected. Central America. So now, we are also at war with the syndicalists down here. That's, I guess, pretty fine. Let's try to cut them off from each other, though. Because I don't want my holdings down here to be flanked in any way. Get more construction. Alright, let's start to rebuild some civilians. Once those are done, we're going to get some militaries and dockyards. Like that. Of course, we are the United States, so we have a really overpowered industry. No problem to get things done there. And now we can cut them off. Good. So the syndicalists are basically without connection to each other. That is, of course, quite good. And Guatemala is going to be the objective, as you may imagine. In the meantime, our army is actually pushing up in the front lines relatively quickly. That's good to see. There goes Belgium. And yeah, the situation in the front is relatively advantageous to us. Get that fighter experience. There we are. You can get the M7 Priest. That should be a pretty good idea. There goes the battlecruiser, finally destroying that last remaining capital ship in the possession of our enemies. And now we can get some rubber and start to get some tanks produced. Follow Burgos. There goes Burgos, and the Kingdom of Spain is probably going to win the Civil War. And here comes a lot of Central America infantry divisions, probably allowing the UPCA an easy way to get back into their territory. All right. I probably don't want you to get into that province, thank you very much. So I'm gonna stop you. Oh, you did get into that province. Annoying. Ooh. I see opportunity. That province seems like a good prize. We're going to be able to surround all of these guys. There we are. Former government. Now that we have destroyed the rebellious CSA and AUS, we can think about domestic affairs. Democracy was and is really an important value in American lives since the foundation of our country, or was and is really an important value in American lives since the foundation of our country. But with crisis and rebellion, support for democracy has significantly diminished. MacArthur, beloved by many, must decide whether he wants to restore democracy or install a dictatorship. It's out of the question. Vive la démocratie. And that would be giving us some Democratic Party stuff. MacArthur will be president, but he will leave day-to-day ruling to the Senate and the House. That's a middle ground option. Or MacArthur will be president, but he will leave... Wait, what? That's the same. That's the same. Anyway, we're gonna pick the democracy. And MacArthur's still the leader, but he's the leader of the Democratic Party conservative wing. So, yeah, we're gonna need to wait until the next American elections. There we are, the American Cincinnatus. MacArthur shall follow in the footsteps of the ancient Roman Cincinnatus. Granted great power and dictatorial control, Cincinnatus gave it up to the Roman Republic. So too shall MacArthur. He took the reins of power not to destroy democracy, but to safeguard it from her enemies. Now that that is accomplished, democracy can flourish again. So we get the event, 1939 presidential elections, and democracy survives, which is going to give us same ideology monthly opinion plus 100% and plus 10% production efficiency cap, thus granting us quite a good economy to work with, as is usually the case with the glorious United States. And of course our army is not less glorious. They're still advancing up pretty good. And up here, the Mexican troops are having some trouble. The problem, of course, is that this whole area has some pretty bad terrain, so it's going to take a while to advance there. The CSA escapes to France. After the CSA was defeated, Reed and the CSA evacuated to France to continue the effort against the USA. Reed would continue to be dangerous from outside the country, but for now he was defeated along with radical socialism in America. So Reed flees here, and that does not make us like the Commune of France anymore, even though we didn't really like it. Average popularity, okay, that's fine. And the end of the Civil War. I thought we already had that. Anyway, yeah, there's some weird stuff going on up here. What's Russia up to? Alright, they're at war with Japan, and they're not doing well, because Mongolia apparently is part of the co-prosperity sphere and a puppet of the Japanese. So, yeah, Japan is bringing in quite a lot to bear. Even Transamur, the glorious Transamur. Huh. Probably most of that, though, is coming from Fengtian and Japan. Yep. Wonder if the Qing will... yeah, the Qing are helping out the Russians. They might even want to reclaim Manchuria for themselves or something like that. And yeah, the MPA growing. That's so strange. Very, very strange to see. Africa, nothing really happening there. Okay, let's get back to this. Looks like the Mexican invasion is finally being repulsed, and the Spanish Civil War is also over, just as the American Civil War is over. So right now the Kingdom of Spain not having a good time. The United Mexican States also not having a good time though, so it's a bit of a Hispanic fest of unhappiness. And yeah, they have brought in 5 divisions over here to prevent me from capturing them and surrounding them. Not fun. You know, you should probably just stay here. Actually, no, just come here. Alright, can we double back around and defeat this army? No. Unfortunately, we cannot. What is the surrender progress on Mexico? Relatively unscathed. We'll see about that once we are marching through Mexico City. And that day is drawing ever closer. Drawing ever closer indeed. Let's continue our offensives all over. Prevent the AI from slowing down our pace in any way. Because our units are more than capable to continue attacking. So if the AI does not continue to attack, well, it's their problem. In fact, we have the option of surrounding a lot of Mexicans out here in New Mexico and Utah. Wait, New Mexico? I thought... Oh, this is New Mexico, right? Never mind. So I guess Utah and Arizona. And a little bit of Colorado. And our army experience is already back up to 500, but we have the M3 Lee medium tank now. So, time to switch around some values for that. Armor, gun, engine, or reliability. Well, I would say gun and reliability are the most important. Right now, reliability is at 100%, so perhaps we can increase the armor as well. So let's call it like the Americans would, and not M3 Lee A1, but M3 A1 Lee. There we are. A bit weird that we're naming tanks after General Lee, but yeah. Wait, convert from stockpile? Currently there is no equipment in stock that we could use to convert into M3. Oh, that's like that feature that nobody uses from Death for Dishonor, right? Oh well. I don't know what that is. I've never used that. The equipment conversion is like the most worthless thing ever. Alright, continue to advance. We've got our cavalry moving in, and now... Yeah, what's kind of sad is that now my Marines are kind of busied up everywhere, and so they can't really make the naval invasions happen as they used to. Although I still have a couple of Marine divisions. Can't really do too much with them, though. I mean, I could try to get to Veracruz, or I can open up a second front against Central America. I don't know. Let's see. And who won in Ukraine? Kingdom of Ukraine. So, right bank Ukraine, which is on the left side. It's in the west. Yeah, you know, Ukraine would be an interesting... I don't think I ever made anything for Ukraine, like, explaining everything. I don't know. Ukraine would be interesting to make a video on. Anyway, yeah, the right bank of Ukraine is actually this one, because you're like sailing down into the Black Sea, so it's on the right bank of the Dnieper, which is this big river near Kiev. And yeah, the right bank winning out against the left bank. Paternal autocrat. That's not something that you see every day. That's because they had defeated the monarchy, and instead of installing Khrushchev, they did, well, or rather, solidifying the fate of Khrushchev being, you know, the leader of the republic, they decided to have a coup and purge the leftists, and now, yeah, they had this. Looks like they had the civil war and this explosion on the Dnieper. I do not know what that is. Treaty of Pereyaslav. That happens if the Russophiles control the government, and this happens if the Ukrainian nationalists do. So they should, you know, have this one. I guess they still do not know who's really controlling the government. They're still part of Mittel Europa, though, so that means that they don't decide relatively quickly. They're probably just going to fall to the International and get converted back to the Corn Man's glorious rule of socialism. I mean, the Corn Man is Khrushchev, by the way. It's like his meme name. Wait, what? Just as I wanted to use this guy, ooh, the Commune of France has taken Berlin. Reports from Berlin confirm that the German capital has been captured by advancing Communard troops after long, merciless fighting through the greatest city of Mittel Europa. German forces put up stiff resistance, hoping to delay the Communard forces as long as possible, but eventually they were beaten back. As shocked Berliners looked on, the Communard army paraded down the Brandenburg Gate before organizing a choir to sing the International, as the famous monument was rigged with explosives and destroyed for all the world to see. This extreme act seems to have painted the following night as Communard forces began rounding up German soldiers and dignitaries, bringing them away in military police wagons. Damn, that's relatively violent. After all, they're getting the nukes, Damocles project. That is nuclear technology. So, once again, the evil forces of evil are becoming evil, and it's up to America to stop them. Obviously. Duh. Let's get some TBF Avengers. New torpedo bombers. And, oh, whoa! What? How is this possible? 144 Division Danubian Federation is losing against 18 Division Poland. What? You're only at war with Poland. You're allied with the Hellenic Republic, who is your puppet, by the way. And, I mean, these guys are getting some mild lend-lease from Romania, whereas you aren't getting anything from anyone. But what happened to you? Let's cheat. See, oh, you're just being an idiot and not using your many divisions to protect the front against Poland. Oh, well, I guess the ever-defiant Poles just flooding into Slovakia, getting some good successes. Good for them, I guess, the national populace that they are. Of course, the democracy of the Danubian Federation getting destroyed is kind of sad, and ooh, prepare for some lag, as right now the Commune of France has managed to capitulate the Germans. So we're gonna have the creation of the German government in exile down here in Africa. Yep, we have the Darkest Hour pulling through, and most likely some kind of new order in Germany. The rest of Mittel Europa likely to fall suit relatively quickly, although, yeah, the Canadians are landing in England, which is quite fine for them. Canadians haven't decided to attack us in any kind of way. Well, they still have our fucking Alaska and the Panama Canal, and don't worry, we're gonna take that all back. But right now, let's focus on finishing off Mexico. And, well, ooh, how are you getting? Damn, looks like that Marine Division got a little bit swamped. Anyway, we're getting the first heavy divisions down into the line. Let's send them down and do that. Let's try to get the surround off on all of these Mexicans up here north of this city, whatever this is, this port. Now, I think I'm going to end it right over here, as we are about half an hour. I'm out of time for today. I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. I will see you soon with the unification, the final unification of the United States and the defeat of syndicalism in America. Although after Mexico and Central America are done and dealt with, we're still going to need to deal with Brazil, who's going to be like a bit like the final boss of this all. Even though, like, really Canada is going to be the final boss. But yeah, we'll see you soon. Have a nice one.